Welcome back to the channel, you guys. Today we're going to have too much fun. As you see, it's a short video. We're not going to do an hour-long video like we usually do with a review. And of course, this is not a review. Yes! It's just a short video of me drawing my favorite character, Freddy the Yeti. So today we're going to be working on the XPPen Magic Pad, and we're going to just be blocking in some color and rendering the drawing that I did traditionally. Sometimes I'll start traditionally, and then I'll segue over to digital, and that's because I like to be able to modify colors and just put some special effects and a lot of brushes and stuff like that if I don't want to spend too much time. You know, the computer is just a tool, and I really, focus on drawing and getting that foundation, those foundation elements in play as you progress through your artistic career. And that's what we're going to be doing here. Shorter videos. Obviously, the longer videos will still be there. I'll still do tutorials. I'll still do reviews and all the things you guys love. But I'm also going to be kind of throwing in some 3-minute to 5-minute to 8-minute videos, just so those who have a shorter attention span or just don't want to sit and watch a video for an hour. Some of us just ain't got time for that. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this format. And like I said, I'm going to be doing a lot more of this because I draw every single day. And if I can get a recording of that, right, and place it, it's kind of like my sketchbook, right? I always have a drawing going. I always have a drawing going on multiple projects, on multiple platforms. And I think if I can get that into a video format that you guys can enjoy, then hopefully the channel will grow. So anyway, that was a lot of an intro. All right, enjoy. The wonderful, wonderful world of digital illustration and how you can work in layers. One of my favorite things about working digitally, because you can go back and you can modify different layers, different colors. You can change things in the background. Now, whenever I do a digital illustration, I have my drawing and I work underneath and I can work up on top of it. It just depends on what I decide to do, and that's what's really great about having the flexibility of a digital illustration. And, even starting traditionally, you can bring in reference, which is what I'm doing right now, painting over, because at the end of the day, I just, you just paint over it and stick it in the background and then call it a day and, put it on a transparent layer. And yeah, so that's basically what I'm doing. I had already worked out my composition in a doodle, and now I'm just going in and putting in the elements, kind of paint by numbers. Putting in shadows, light and shadow, that's what I'm doing right now. I typically put in my base color first of the entire illustration on every layer, which would be called local color, and then I start working in the shadows. And then depending on my mood and the direction that I'm going, because each drawing is going to be different, it doesn't have a set booklet that you kind of work through. And I said I wanted some real colorful foliage in the foreground to kind of place all the emphasis on Freddy and the butterfly. And that's what I did. I blurred the background, moving through, putting in shadows, putting in light, different light effects. And at the end of the day, I felt the blue, him having a blue face, it was just too much. So I gave him some orange overalls, and the reasoning behind that, of course, is because orange and blue are opposites, and that's kind of the whole deal, right? You have red, which is the opposite of green, which really contrasts all that green grass, and then you have him, which is white, kind of boring. And then so with blue and orange, that opposite, that's what I'm kind of going for, is that contrasted color, telling that story of calm. And I've always had a real affinity for farm life and farms and stuff like that. So this is pretty much it, right? Kind of a short video today. Hopefully you enjoy, And that's the final video. Man, that was what, 2.5, 3 minutes tops? Man, we're just cranking these out. Awesome. So yeah, I really had a good time drawing this particular character. He's one of my faves, Freddy the Yeti. I love putting him in different situations. And of course, I like peace, right? I like peaceful things. I like tranquil. I like calm. I can draw action. I can draw really edgy characters and stuff, but Freddy is my go-to whenever I just want to doodle. Okay, so yeah, doing videos like this is a lot of fun. One of the things that I think as a final wrap-up to this particular video that I wanted to kind of place in your brain is art,
right? Drawing, art, graphic design, illustration, sculpture, all of those things are expressions that artists and people use to tell stories and show emotion. I think the older I get, the less and less I think art is wrong or needs improvement. I think whenever you attach a money component to it and certain companies that have licensed characters and looks, that's completely fine. But whenever you're doing art in general, don't put down on yourself for the journey. The journey being learning, and we all have different levels and understandings of how to learn, and we make mistakes along the way. I've made a lot of mistakes, especially as it pertains to art. So be encouraged and go out and observe the world that you live in and see some beauty, okay? And draw it, sculpt it, create it, collage it, whatever you think is good. And definitely come back and see me for the next video, all right? We'll see you guys next time.